Hey, hey, hey.
All right, all right.
All right, coming to you from Spooky Nook Sports Center.
Gonna need the match brought up.
Yes,
Not
we
sure.
are. Well,
It's on the tablet. There
got
we
you.
go.
We have got a Matthew Davis, aka the Batman, and myself, Eric Hopignons, commentating the ACO Adaptive Division.
All right. So right now we have Nelson Baker and Cody May. They're going to be throwing against Mike Smith and Patrick Landrum. That's hefty lefty down there, Landrum. And we got Nelson Baker. Nelson Baker celebrating a birthday recently, which is fantastic.
Which is every day. In case
Every
you
day
didn't
is
know.
Nelson Baker's birthday, which is a great thing for cornhole if you think about it.
Yes.
Guys, this adaptive division is something we are trying to grow across the international scene. We are trying to get people to participate, whether you are bodily abled or whether you are handicap abled, disabled, or partly functioning. We have players that are alive now that suffer from dwarfism. We have people that are handicapped since birth. We have people that have been handicapped in accidents. We have events coming up like in Omaha, Nebraska. So if you guys have your calendar out, Omaha, Nebraska, we're going to be doing an adaptive clinic along with an adaptive and bodily abled tournament November 7th and 8th. So please make plans to come out and participate in that. Again, we are getting ready to go live here. Are we live, guys?
But Mike Smith, he cannot have his feet on the ground.
Sure, correct. We'll advise him of that.
So that is.
Can somebody let know Mike? He has to have his feet on pedals. They can't be touching the ground. It's just one of the few rules that we've changed to adaptive, is that your feet must not be on the ground. That gives you an additional leverage where people are not able. It doesn't have foot pedals.
There's the other chair over here.
We can switch the chairs out. Yep. But what we're trying to do, of course, is make the game of cornhole, which is, in my opinion, the best game ever made, more inclusive.
Yes.
So we get people that are bodily able to participate with people that are disabled. They have partners. They have fun. The ACO is running point systems this year. We got another chair.
And as we are getting Mike Smith changed out into a more rule-abiding chair.
Correct.
And this is just a learning curve for everybody that is participating in it. And this is allowing, other than in our Buffalo, New York major, where there is a larger group of the adaptive
Where it all started.
sports, that they're trying to be more inclusive. And what it will do is it's going to help grow the sport. And hopefully we get some Special Olympics going with it. We did have just a couple months back where the Special Olympics was in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Yep.
And we set up a little display for them so that the Special Olympics would become more involved, more knowledgeable of what the American Cornhole Organization is doing to help grow the sport.
And we're really trying to even get it into as the high school sports levels. There are handicapped children that could play in cornhole from the ages of 6, 7 years old. They can throw a 1-pound bag. And just like anything else, the rules have been adapted that the front of the boards are only 24 feet apart instead of the standard 27. So I know for a fact it's extremely difficult for myself to be able to play at 24 feet, setting down and throwing. It feels like it's a mile long.
Yeah.
It feels like it's so much further away than it is, and you have no leverage. As long as your feet are behind the line, you're good to go. There should be a lock. If there's not, you got to deal with it.
There is a lock. You just got to pull the handle. He just
got to teach these kids how to use everything. Yes, and your chair locks in.
It's the handle. Hey, Maz, will you tell them those chairs lock in on the handle?
So when they get ready to throw, their chairs are locked in place?
Can you go to show him?
They got to know.
I mean,
you're supposed to. It's easier. The chair doesn't rock.
Yeah. Didn't really help us out much.
I get it. I mean, I got Hot Wheels on my team. I got a cheat code. I got a guy that's been taking cornhole seriously at 27 feet for a year and a half. So he plays here in standard ACO singles, and he's made tier 2 multiple times. I think he's got the skills to make main bracket, and that says so much about someone who puts the time and energy in. And on a side note,
Well, Michael, if we didn't allow people that didn't have to be in the wheelchair, then there would be one team, and therefore this division would never happen except for in the Buffalo.
And it would
major.
just be Nelson and Wills playing against one another until we grow the sport, until we get more people involved. We are adapting the rules. We are letting people that want to play, that pay to play, that show up and support, we let them play. There's no advantage. That's the good thing. No one sits in a wheelchair and practices. So if you're standing up at home throwing it 27 feet and you think this looks easy, come on down. Come on down. Let play wheels one-on-one for $1,000. That's what we'll say, Mike Alvey. Come on down and play wheels for $1,000 and see how it goes.
I say it is not an easy adventure.
But I agree. At some point, I would love to have 100% participation from any athlete that is fully bodily handicapped, that can play and wants to play, and we have no one fully body able playing. I 100% would love to see that. Let's get 1,000 people to sign up. Let's get 100 people at every major that sign up for adaptive and grow the sport and give people a game to play and let families come together and enjoy themselves. I absolutely agree. Let's get to that point. But if anyone would like to reach out to your local municipalities,
what a good shot.
Great shot by Cody May. That guy makes bags. That guy makes bags that are elite. For people that throw elite bags, that guy makes them. We're looking at a runaway lead, 18-6. I think Cody's been practicing.
It does look like it.
It seems like he's put more time into his adaptive game than his stand-up game.
Absolutely.
He's making a decision.
And Nelson Baker, look
Nelson's
at him
on fire
down the center.
Nelson ain't playing no games. He's going straight hole for hole, up off to the side. Lefty blocker. Nelson, don't care about your blocker. Big time push.
Hefty is on fire.
Nelson rolls over. Hefty goes up. Ooh, wash.
Hefty's so strong.
Big round. It's easy to move a giant left arm when you're a giant lefty.
Yes, the hefty lefty.
You're a moderate lefty.
Yeah.
You're a moderately sized lefty.
What do we call Maz then? Little lefty?
Little like mini lefty. It could be a mini lefty. We won't get any smaller because that starts the jumps.
Yes.
Looks like Cody will have first bag here. He's been practicing his toss clearly off to the side.
Looks like he is taking like a disc golf function. No, he is actually throwing it from the outside there.
Yeah, right in the hole. This guy's on his game. Mike's struggling. Cody, no mercy May. Cody, no mercy May. He just earned his new adaptive nickname.
Oh, and then he
side
rolled it under the board.
He could and one to stay in the game. Almost got the camera. Beautiful. All right.
And that is that.
That is a victory for Nelson Baker and Cody May. They will advance on through the winner's side of the bracket. They will be playing Batman and Hot Wheels for the king seat. We'll do that one, and then I can go set up that one.
Oh, you won't need to. Oh, unless they're just wanting to have it over there.
If we don't need to, we don't need to. Okay. I just didn't want to hold anything up. So you can start that one. I got it.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
Hoppy and Maz are about to take on Mike Smith and Pat Landrum. Stepping into the chairs, literally.
I was moving the stuff.
Batman stand here?
Yeah, I was just moving the...
No. Like this one. Don't watch it from this has lag. This
Got
one's live.
Yeah, I just
Live
moved
lag.
So,
the game forward.
you know these three?
Left and right. What's
Yeah,
the other
when
one?
They're throwing on that side, hit left. We made the icons. We did everything. Tried to make it as clean and as easy as
Yeah, you said left,
those
right, and
three
what was the
buttons.
other one?
That's it.
Center?
Yep, exactly.
Gotcha.
Those three, and you're clean, dude.
Appreciate it.
And if you want to put on a little funky thing, you know, if it's
Just until we get started, a little funk on the beat. All right. Do I hit it again, turn it off, or it just goes on its own? Oh, I got you. Sound bite. I know words. Sound bite. All right, guys. So we have Hoppy, or Eric Hopkinson, Isaac Bazanka, known as Maz. Then we got our hefty lefty, Patrick Landum, and high roller, Mike Smith. It looks like Hoppy is throwing lucky bags, hybrid lucky bags. And looks like they're throwing CBC Ronins. Those must be Hefty Lefties bags. The winner of this will, of course, advance. So we have a list of majors that are going on this year. Regionals are currently not being held for adaptive for the ACO. You can always reach out to people at the ACO, including myself, Matt Davis at mdavis@americancornhole.com, and we can get you any information you need in order for the next major to get you signed up. You can go on the ACO's website and check out ticket sales. It is $25 to participate. That way we are generating funds for the players, and players get points to play. So there are season rankings, there are world rankings, and you will have to qualify to play as an adaptive team in the World's Championship this year, which will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we look for as many participants as we can to get involved. It is an amazing thing to support. There are so many opportunities in this world in sports for people that are bodily disabled, and this is one of the ways we are incorporating in season 20. We started last year, season 19. We had some great participation. We had some great players get involved, and now in adaptive division, we have players that are playing, highly skilled athletes, having fun, and people that want to participate and be a part of something that they can be a part of a community, that they can reach out to their friends and family, participate. People are loving right now that their friends and family are on the live feeds. So we're going to do our best to get you guys zoomed in and see what's going on in the game, because we got the first round live. Let's see how we finish here. Looks like we had a 1-1 wash. And again, that's one of the absolute best parts of this, guys, is you don't even have to practice. The sport of cornhole requires tremendous amount of focus, practice, repetition, muscle memory, etc. This is a game back to the roots of having fun, supporting good causes, being there for your neighbor, playing a fun, honest game that helps people be a part of the community. People are having fun doing this. We want them to enjoy playing. We want them to enjoy coming to the venues and seeing some of the best players in the world participate and show up. Amazing bag sponsors. The ACO is doing a tremendous job of getting this going and growing. Again, if you have people in your community that play any other handicap-capable games, basketball, hockey, it's endless. But we want to make sure adaptive cornhole is the next growing game for high school athletes, for adults, for disabled people that have been disabled physically, or people that have been disabled since birth. We are more than willing to find out how to help you get to these events. We want participation. We want you guys to get involved. And I think the more we talk about it, the more you guys see these guys having fun, the more you guys enjoy the gameplay, the more people that we have that are showing up, it's just going to get bigger faster. And I know that whenever a lot of people are behind a great cause, it can grow in a very fast way. So we appreciate anyone that's tuning in today to be a part of, to watch this, and the players that are participating, competing, and hitting roll bags from a wheelchair. Nice roll bag. Beautiful. And they take a commanding 1-0 lead. Might have a couple tablet issues going on down here on this end, but we're going to take our time, make sure we get it right. You good, Hop? Eric Hopkins is one of the ACO local COs in Kentucky, so anytime we have tablet issues or something going on, he's on top of it. We're fine. Too stiff. Okay. All right. That's fine. I need fast. I need fast. When I throw, it's got to go in the hole. I'm down. You want over here and talk about adaptive? To talk? Hoppy throws another short block. Mike goes up beside it, fast side. That bag is not coming back. It is out of play. Hoppy lays up again. Mike off side rail. Hoppy lays up. That's a 4-on-1, and 4-on-1 it is. 3 points to Hoppy. Should have done basic scoring. Maz with the leadoff bag up the middle. Lefty throwing fire. Maz with a blocker. Lefty, ooh, off to the side. Maz spins off the board. Uh-oh, lefty in the hole. Maz going up. Oh, wonder if it's going to drip back. Lucky bags are hole friendly. Ooh, pushed out. We're having a little bit of issues with the scoreboard. We're doing what we can to get it fixed. Need some help? Score is 4-3. Lead bag coming up. Good start by Mike, right up the middle. Hoppy follows off to the right. Mike, low stage 6 blocker. Hoppy going up, catches the corner but goes in. Mike, short side blocker. Hoppy's lane side, what's he going to do? He elects to throw the bag at lefty. Mike pushes up the middle. Hoppy going up. Oh, off to the side. 4 points. Mike and Patrick. 7-4. Get Vanna White on this end. Jada Love, one of our participants, is helping pick up bags. And on the other end, we have Miss Kayla, Hoppy. Hoppy's partner. They made it very clear she didn't have a ring on earlier, so I don't know what that means. Oh, airmail backside, and oh, Maz with a push. 9-4, good collect, Maz. Way to go. Nine for lead, Mike and Patrick. Mike has first bag here. Alexa throw the bag off the board for some reason. Hoppy goes live. We could get the loudmouth of the ACO in here to participate with some adaptive cornhole promotion. I mean, you said a nice thing or two about people before, so I figured we'd get you on here. I think you're about to be on. You're on air, sir.
I've been known to say a nice thing about people once in a while.
Yeah, these guys are okay. I mean, they're participating. They don't have to.
Yeah.
But they're being a part of something that we're trying to help grow.
Sure.
And we want as many people to be involved as possible. But we're limited to resources. We're limited to participants. So anybody can play, right? That's kind of like the theme of Cornhole is anybody that wants to play can kind
Right.
of thing. I think Adapt is going to be something that's going to be amazing as years come, that we grow as we go into season 20, that so many great Cornhole players have come through the ACO
Sure.
and are still playing for decades in. We could get this going 10 years from now. We have 100 people showing up
Sure.
at every major to play adaptive, and I'm looking forward to that day. I think it's going to be amazing.
Well, and one of the things that, it takes time to build because as every sport does from the inside out and word of mouth and so on and so forth, one of the challenges with this that I'm sure that you run into as you talk to more and more organizations, great idea, would love to travel is much more difficult.
And Funding.
and the funding to do it. So it's going to require pockets of folks who want to play in the areas that we go, which is another reason we try to get to as many different cities as we
what's
can.
the number up to now for majors?
As far as I think 38,
almost
almost 40
40
majors in different cities from Oregon to Buffalo, New York,
California,
to
Texas,
California, Texas,
New York,
and Florida,
Maine, everywhere.
and Europe, ultimately in Europe.
Right,
and I think trying to get out to as many cities as possible is going to be the key to be allowing people to travel, within
To their local major.
a vicinity that's comfortable for them to be able to do that. I think I see Michael's comment there, and it's unfortunate that he feels that way. But I think one of the things that I learned was, excuse me, when someone is confined to a wheelchair for whether it was an accident or whether it's from birth,
right.
whatever that is the situation that they find themselves in. The one thing that we wanted to do with this was, and I know you were a big proponent of this, is so that friends, family, loved ones who are always with that person have an opportunity to compete together in something. And so that playing from the chair levels the playing field literally. And it also, I would tell you too, from my standpoint as the announcer, I didn't know what terms, what can I say and I can't say. Mm-hmm. And finally, I think it was Wheels, said, he goes, able-bodied.
Yes.
Able-bodied.
It's the correct term.
And that's the term that's used within the community. Mm-hmm. And so this is the sort of thing that we want to see grow. We want it to be, it's not meant to be quote unquote bad move. It's meant to be inclusive. It's meant to bring anybody and everybody that wants to participate with their family, friends, loved ones who are confined to a chair, and I think
together.
do some more things together. So unfortunately,
some people can't read, and that's they just type words and they don't know what they mean, and it's not always bad. But the good news is everyone can have an opinion, but it doesn't mean it's valid. So that's the good news about stuff like this is I don't even like validating silliness because of how amazing I've seen this sport change people's lives, from people that were struggling with depression or anxiety or even suicide. Literally in the military, it's an epidemic.
Sure.
And there are people that play cornhole and are part of a community and go to the local VFW or the local Elks or the local Eagles, and now they have something to be a part of.
Well,
now they've been able to reconnect with people and get back to being a competitor, get back to being a friend, get back to being a teammate, get back to helping a new person learn. And all of those aspects are built around how amazing this game is.
And you said the key word is community, and that's really what all of this has always been about. There are folks who are going to take a shot at you no matter what. There are some people who I think it's their job just to go into streams sometimes and do that kind of thing.
Well, I've even heard cornhole's dumb from some people.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dumb game for dumb people, they say.
Well, okay. Fair enough.
I've said it about myself.
You know what's dumb?
Stupid game for idiots. And
you know what's dumb?
It.
Everything is dumb. Or it's just a matter. It's how much of dumb you want to be willing to tolerate. So I hope Michael will take that maybe a little bit of that explanation and rethink his position.
Probably not much of a thinker.
It's about it is what it is. I think given the chance to hear it explained the way we want it to be perceived and why we're doing what we're doing is meant to be.
I wonder how good we have to be to keep anyone from complaining.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
You think that's possible?
Even the best players in the game still bitch and moan and gripe, and there's always going to be something.
Right.
But I think this is what's going on here, James. It's adaptive cornhole, and it's a way, as Matt, you've been saying, I'm sure since you sat down, as a way to include. Did we find somebody? Yeah, to include those who may want to be able to extend their reach into the sport. I mean, we had a player up in Buffalo, and I forget, he was an outstanding cornhole player until he had a motorcycle accident just, I think, about 2 months prior to the tournament.
Amazing player.
He was an amazing player as an able-bodied player, and then when he was confined to the wheelchair and will be as a result, I guarantee you he was thrilled to be able to come back out and compete, and do that and play at a high level. So I think that's strong. And I mean, if people see, all four competitors get up out of the chair and go and meet one another, I think that's going to be I think that's, that might have a look to it that you're not crazy about. But if you sit and listen and think through what we're trying to do, and like you said, build that community,
the cause.
That's what it's all about.
So support the cause or say less. That's
absolutely.
Kind of the
I
Time
agree.
to do Batman stuff.
Go get him, Batman. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Maz right now. So he was just out there taking part. Again, the point being that the more people we can bring back or bring into the sport and bring back to competition at any level, the better off we're all going to be, baby.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's great to see a champion, you know, Matt Davis champion this division. You know, it's obviously it's great. A lot of players enjoy it. You know, it's nice to see kind of a new, fresh touch. And it really is to grow the sport in all the ways. We talked about how we can continue to build this sport, you know, worldwide.
Sure.
And this is a great way to do that with those kind of other areas that we haven't been able to before.
Well, again, it's inclusiveness versus exclusiveness,
Yep.
and I think if you can just boil it down to those two words, it'll make sense.
Matt Davis and Russell Love, the reigning World
champions,
Adapted
yeah.
Division champions.
Yep.
From Worlds 19 in Throwinsboro, Kentucky.
And I know Nelson wants to fight hard to get his first purple jersey, so I know that's an absolute goal for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a purple jersey plaque earning event.
Yep.
Great to see. Think that.
And as Matt continues to work with organizations, Wounded Warriors, vets organizations, we were working with folks around Owensboro trying to gather up more support, and I think we had a host of players in Buffalo that came out, and it's going to take some time, but it will grow. We talked about the financial challenges, the travel challenges, and things like that ideally will be overcome, but anything that we can do, I mean, people think it's stupid to have an under-18 division, you know, when they're playing on Fridays, you know, that kind of thing. But the bottom line is you look around this room, and there were over 500 singles players here to be part of the community. And as many people that can be a part of that as possible, the better.
You know, there were, and we talked about, you know, this Spooky Nook, you know, here at the Champions Mill, arguably is a mini super major with the amount of talent, the amount of teams. This is massive, and, you know, it's been great to see the turnout. It's been great to see the community support, you know, kind of rallying around us. It really has been fantastic to watch.
Yep, everybody's having a good time. I think, you know, we talk about this a lot. These bigger majors allow us to, you know, pay for the smaller majors, frankly, to start in new cities. And, you know, sometimes we'll start in a major that'll have 45, 50 players. And then it builds up to something like in Owensboro where we're going to, or somewhere where we're going to a couple of times a year. But these are the things that are the underpinnings of the entire season that allow us to do that kind of thing. And again, it's all about getting out and spreading the tentacles, if you will, nationwide, continent, you know, North America, and now just, you know, dabbling in and getting into and becoming more of a part of the European scene and everything else. But again, it's about bringing more people to the game and the game to more people. And we'll never stop saying it. These guys, I think Wheels has always been an accomplished and a driven cornhole player. First met him early on last season. I know Nelson is a guy that's always out there competing head to head, has been for a handful of years, and the ability, as we talked about, for friends and family who are able-bodied, but then to play on a level playing field from the chair, I think it gives a whole new, and it gives a new appreciation for that person, that friend or that family member or that loved one, whatever it is, to understand what it is that matters and makes sense and is important to the person that they love.
It does, and especially for the people at home watching, thinking, "Hey, I could do that. That's easy." It's not. I just went 0-2 because I had, you know, I thought that it was, "Hey, I can do it standing up. I can do it sitting down." It's very different, and it really changes the respect aspect for, you know, what players with kind of those maybe obstacles have to go through, because it is very difficult to do, and there's a lot of respect for that.
But truly, for Russell, for Wheels, it's become a true family affair, too. He never goes anywhere where you don't see his daughters, you know, around and his support network. And certainly I think the entire ACO has the Nelson Baker fan club.
Yeah.
I mean, they throw a birthday party for the guy every time they see him. You got to love that. And I don't know. I just love seeing anybody that wants to play get to play.
Of course, and that's what it's all about.
Sure. And for a while we did exhibition play, and I think that last match with the four of you all playing from chairs at eye level with the competitors who are bound to a chair, it is exhibition play to show you to what you just said, what it's like, and for you to tell everyone what that's like to do, and but still remain competitive. And I think the exhibition part of it hopefully will show more people that yes, this is something I should recommend to someone that I know that might want to get involved,
Absolutely.
who maybe has never been athletically inclined in any form or fashion.
Cody and Nelson right now grab an early 6-0 lead on the reigning world champions. You talked about Nelson's desire to grab that purple jersey. He is in a prime position here in King's Seat.
And the boards are just a few feet closer, but something that we talked about is as this develops and more play, there's probably a very likely chance that it will then move
Extend backwards
to the 27 feet that you're seeing on a standardized court. But and Russell plays at 27 feet. He's out there. So does Nelson out there winging and flinging 27.
Yeah, the boards you see here are sitting 24 feet front to front. A 3-foot change versus the standardized ruling. And as you mentioned, that still does not, it makes it no easier, Finn.
No.
It does.
No,
it does not feel like it's any closer. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, you have to have a whole different leverage point, your center of gravity. I mean, so often, when you're playing standing up, you're rocking, you're shifting, you're taking a step. That's such a big part of your game. And to do it just with your torso and your upper body is certainly a challenge that's going to,
Absolutely.
I think, become very apparent to somebody who sits down and plays shoulder to shoulder with someone and have, as you said, a whole new respect and appreciation for the game.
Yep.
Cody's in either great form or terrible form. It just depends on any given moment. There's some nice bags there from Matt.
This could be one of the first 4-baggers in adaptive history.
There you go.
Maybe puts a bag swinging that right arm. It is in.
How about that?
And Matt gets 8.
Yeah, that's a 12-on-4 right there.
And just like that, it's 10-11.
Let's see our boy Steve Mullis over there with his partner in crime, Nancy. He's made the most of his time here at the Spooky Nook Major. Good man, been a long-time player and supporter. Look at that. Wheel sneaks one in up to the front lip.
Nelson trying to nudge his bag.
Yeah.
It's sitting backside. It's sitting sticky side down and may not go if he can bump it the right way. But obviously,
Oh, he did.
Just like that.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Good blocker right there.
Nelson goes
Get
up.
up and over. Oh, and he almost gets it over there.
Almost got the flop, but it does not.
It's all right. It's going to be enough to put 4th spot up on the board, 15-10. All right, well, as they continue to charge toward that purple jersey, I'm going to leave you to go find out where we are in singles play, and we will be getting back underway on both center courts here soon enough. But thanks for being a part of this, and I appreciate you literally sitting in here and there and playing, and hopefully more of the folks who are seeing this will maybe find it an opportune moment to mention to somebody they know that would like to get back into competitive sports or just a community in general. So,
of course.
Cheers, Maz, and I'm going to put myself on mute, which I'm sure many people are appreciative of, and I'll catch you during singles.
All righty, I'll see you over there. Alrighty, and that'll do it in the Royal Chair game. Nelson and Cody take down Matt Davis and Russell Love. 21-10, they sit in King's Seat. as we get these next games queued over. It'll be Patrick Landrum and Mike Smith against the reigning ACO adaptive doubles champions, Matt Davis and Russell Love. Nelson and Cody sit king seat, needing only one more win to claim their first purple jerseys and their ACO Adaptive Division Championship plaques. I'm Mad Maz, Isaac Mazanka, happy to be with you here at the ACO Spooky Nook Major here at Champions Mill in Hamilton, Ohio. Arguably what some could call a mini super major. As Finn mentioned earlier, 500 players here. There were 200 plus doubles teams, 400 plus singles players. This has been a massive event. And we are just getting started here as singles main rolls on in the background behind me. You will catch more of that action as the games whittle down. I believe Sweet 16 and quarterfinals forward. They will pull on center court 1 to my left. I have adaptive all the way through. We will crown a champion here tonight. And then I will join Finn over in singles on center court 1 on the ACO Digital Network. Down and back's getting finished. I'm not sure if these bags are live yet. I'll see if they go to the tablets afterwards. And I think I heard a good look. I saw a fist bump. Alrighty, Mike and Russ on that right side. Mike Smith in the red lane, Russell Love in the blue. We are kicked off here. The third place game for ACO Adaptive. Russell Love and Matt Davis, I believe, already have a major win. I think they did it in Buffalo, the first major of the season. Finn, myself, we were there. I think that happened on Thursday night, if my memory serves me correctly. That's been the only ACO adaptive division so far, as Russ goes up and comes down with it. Mike Smith shoots it off the back, and that's going to be at least a couple. Airmail drag 6-on-1 makes it 5-0 early. Matt Davis, the blue lane in those neon green shorts. Hefty lefty Patrick Landrum in the red lane wearing the CBC team jersey. Matt sends his first bag just a bit short, and lefty matches with the side rail, still 0-0 through 1. Landrum tried to get around, could not. Matt Davis tried to push his bag up, could not. Davis down in hard, front boards it again. 2 out of 4 are sitting on that front side, and Landrum gets 2. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Matt Davis championing the ACO adaptive division. He talked about Wounded Warrior projects. Talked about those other kind of groups that are maybe unable to play this sport the way we all here love and enjoy, and trying to get this division in some of those groups. And we've seen the turnout. We've seen the results as ACO adaptive grows every year. Love with a good sneak around bag. Mike Smith goes right off that backside. And Russ kind of pushes his own bag off the back. A little replacement there, but not the way you want it to. I believe that makes it 5-on-1. It was 9-2, Matt Davis and Russell Love. Can Landrum get something going here in the middle frames of this game? I think it's showing 6-on-5. 6-6, there's a wash, and there's no score change. Four teams participated in this ACO Adaptive Division. This is the third place game here coming your way from Spooky Nook in Champion Mill in Hamilton, Ohio. One of the Pro Series events, a mini super major, a marquee place to be in the Cornhole universe. Love able to keep it on that front side just barely catches that tip of the board, but it does stay on. Mike Smith again having issues just kind of pushing it straight up the back. He's throwing slick side down in order to get that bag to move because your center of gravity changes, as Finn talked about. But Mike Smith has been having trouble kind of controlling that bag. 7 on 5. They get 2 more. And it's 11-2. Matt Davis trying to lock in here, had a rough showing in that last game out. And Landrum goes up that backside. Can Matt collect this bag? He goes too hard and hops over the hole. Davis to collect up and in. He's trying to push that bag all the way from the level 10 up to the hole. Goes over the top and cannot fall in. 9 on 5. He'll get 4 more. Should be 15-2. Six points away from a championship rematch from that Royal Chair game. Mike Smith again having issues keeping bags on the board as Russell Love's trying to capitalize here late. Down and hard, and he was able to touch that bag on the left-hand side. It might not matter if he stays clean, and he goes off the back showing 7-2. Mike Smith makes it 7-3, 4 more. 19-2 here for the reigning world champions in adaptive. And Davis front boards one here with the first bag in the late frames. Landrum goes right behind, right side. Davis sits right behind it. And they're kind of starting a pile back there on that right corner. Davis in it potentially to ice it. He goes off that backside. Landrum between the left arm. I believe, is that 6-4? 6-4 Landrum, that frame makes it 19-4. Smith and Landrum trying to play spoiler here in the third place game. Matt Davis, Russell Love sit one Mike Patrick mistake away from advancing here in the adaptive division. Love's first bag was down the middle and in. Mike Smith's bag, I apologize. And that's a great level 3 block right there as Love goes right behind it. Smith over the top. Can't come down, but it sits on that back side of the board. Smith again, and this one flops in. Is that 8-3? That's 5 more for the team of Mike Smith and Patrick Landrum. 19-9 as they draw closer. Landrum and Davis both exchange bags off the board here with the first one. Landrum sends one on, he's got one left side and right side of the hole. Davis has one down the middle and in. Patrick has to make something happen here. Goes up, can't bring anything with him. Bag on the board ends the game. It goes in the hole, and Matt Davis, Russell Love advance. Back to the championship game they go. Patrick Landrum, Mike Smith, good run, end up with third. All righty. Cody Mia, Nelson Baker return to center stage here on Center Court 2, the CBC Center Court, to take on Matt Davis and Russell Love. Nelson and Cody need to win just one game. Matt and Russ need to win 2. We will let them get warm. I will step aside. I will join you back here in just a moment. The ACO Adaptive Championship matches come your way next. ACO Adaptive here. The championship match is underway. Matt Davis, Russell Love in the blue lane, red on the score bug. We apologize about that. Nelson Baker, Cody Mia on the red side, blue in the score bug. Looking at it here. Russell throwing right to left alongside Nelson Baker. And we'll see what numbers they punch in. Going to the tablet means those bags were live, and Matt and Russell lead early 5-0. Russ goes over the top and comes down clean with it. Nelson trying to push through all his bags, cannot. Russ again only gets one, but it might be enough. And Nelson sneaks his last bag in 4-4. They wash, no score. Ten on 5. That frame puts Matt and Russ firmly in control here. It is 11-0 in game 1. Game 2, if necessary, Matt and Russ have to win 2 games. Cody and Nelson only have to win 1. Right now, they face an 11-0 deficit. Nelson has 2 bags off the board. Russ can capitalize here, and he slips it dripping into the hole almost there. Nelson pushes him through. Swing that right arm again, and this one's up and down. 4 more, 15-0 here in game 1. Davis and Lowe trying to lock up champion number 2. We talked about the Buffalo champions here in the first major of the year. Kind of the preseason major, the one before the season officially got underway. Counts nonetheless. Cody can slip through these bags to get a point. He goes over the top and gets none. I believe that's 8-4. 4 more for Davis and Love. Should be 19-0 if my math serves me well, and it does. And Russ front boards, when you see the frustration there, he's showing bags down in the hole. He's looking at points now. 6-7, they get one, puts him on that magic number 20. And Davis and Love 20, Baker and Mia 0 here in game 1 of the championship series. Davis, a good bag, sits right in front of the hole, and Cody goes right behind it. Davis over the top, and he pushes his own bag in. Can Cody clean through these? He replaces his first one. That's a great bag. Cody again kind of flops behind. I think Davis goes up over the top for this one, and he tries to roll, but it's shark fins up. And Cody gets on the board. He goes down and hard, catapults his own bag in. His bag in hand goes off. Nonetheless, he gets one. 20-1 here. And the Royal Chair holders have life. Can Baker capitalize? He has a bag that's sitting on that backside. It's sitting sticky side down, but with enough momentum, enough vibrations, that bag will go. And Nelson sits on top of it. This one's probably not going to go. I think it's 8-3. Might be 8-6. 8-6, I heard. All right. But they do get two more, makes it 20-3. As the team of Baker and Mia refuses to go away quietly here in game 1. Mia goes over the top and comes down clean. And Davis, a good push through, and that could be the nail in the coffin now, as Cody has to get this bag in. That would put them at 9. And he can't. He pulls it off. This game won't matter. Game 1 goes to Davis and Love, and we will go to game 2. Winner take all here for Adaptive. Game 2 comes your way, and we are live right this second. And look at that. Now the scorebug matches the colors. Matthew and Russ in blue, Nelson and Cody in red, as things should be. There's a whole bunch of laundry at the front of that board there, and Russell Love finally gets one to drip in. Love sits backside. Nelson sits right in front of the hole. I think that washes out 4-4. Or that's 7-3. Oh, it's 7-1. 7-1, 6-0 Davis and Love after one frame. You can definitely see as the players continue to do this and kind of as their muscle memory forms, it looks cleaner. It looks more fluid. It looks like it comes to them a bit easier. In the very beginning, you saw shanks, you saw front boards. Granted, you'll see that all game long as this is, very new to plenty of these players. But you see there's more kind of a familiarity with it as Davis and Love lead 6-0 after one. Mia to answer, and that's a 10-10 wash. Scoreboard still shows 6-0 here for the team in blue. Love down and in. Baker cannot answer. Love again flirts with the hole, sits right around 4 o'clock. Can he collect that bag? Tries to bump into it, does not budge. And you see Davis telling him to go up with it. Swing of that right arm, bag is up and away. And he does get enough momentum to push it in. 8-on-1 right now. Nelson swing of the arm, can't push it up the board. 8-on-2, 6 more makes it 12-0 here in game 2. Davis has one that's out of play. Cody has one right in front of the hole. And he gets them both. What a collect from the chair. Cody could be looking at points here, and he will be regardless of the outcome. And he'll get 6. 12-6. And an exclamation point at the end of it. Try. 12-6, the lead's cut in half, and Baker and Mia have life. Love puts it on. Baker sends 2 on that back right side. Can Love capitalize? Love goes over the top. Not really sure the thought process there. And Russ sits one right in front. Nelson kind of goes side by side with him. If I'm Russ, I'm laying this up. He goes down and hard, and he gets one to fall. 5-on-1 gives them 4 more. 16-6. Matt Davis trying to put the nail in the coffin here, sitting 5 points away. First bag down the middle and in. Cody cannot answer. It's off the right-hand side. Davis again, and he front boards when the door remains open. And that bag kind of shark fins on the backside. It might come in. Davis for 9, and he tried to and one Cody's bag. He will not, and Mia will get 1. 7-6. (16-7) Davis and Love. Baker and Mia trying to make things happen, trailing by 9. Baker, first bag down the middle and in. Love cannot answer. Baker again. Bag sits about 10 o'clock. It's out of play, but it's on the board. Love goes right behind it. That one could turn if Nelson hits it in the right spot, and Nelson sits right behind it. Does Russell go up? That bag is hanging. It's draggable. Do you have the confidence to shoot that bag? He goes slick side down, goes right around. Baker down and hard, off the back. 5-on-4 right now. Goes up, slick side, kind of sneaks around. He'll get 2. 18-7 here in a closeout game. You heard Russell Love say, you got to want it bad enough. As ACO Adaptive rolls on here from Spooky Nook at Champions Mill in Hamilton, Ohio. Davis showing +4. Mia trying to answer, is having a tough time. It's showing 6-3 right now. And they'll take a timeout. Davis is going to go down and walk it over. Walk it over, talk it over. Our first timeout in the adaptive division. I don't know what the thought process here is. Right now it's 6-3. If you go in with this bag, Cody has to pull something else in. There's nothing to think about. That's the option. We'll show you what Matt Davis is seeing right now. Oops, I'm getting the wrong one right there. That's what Matt Davis is seeing right now looking at the board. If he goes in, that forces Cody to pull a bag with him. Right now it's showing 6-3. And he leads by 3, he needs only 3 as it's 18-7. He leads by 11. Sorry, there's been a lot of numbers thrown at me today. This bag in all but kind of cements it, and he goes short with it. So right now, if Cody boards it, the game is over. If he goes in, he gives up a point. I'm not sure the thought process there if you're Matt Davis. Cody down and hard, and he rolls it in. He gives up just 1, 19-7. Again, I'm not sure the thought process there. Maybe there's miscommunication with what the score was. It was 6-3. You put that back in, that forces Cody to drag something with him. But no, he gets just 1. They sit at 19. Love, that bag's all but dripping in. And Nelson goes side rails left side. And Russ matches him in the backyard off the backside. Nelson, second bag down and in, leaves Russell's where it is, and Russell finally collects. Baker down the middle, cannot. Russ in the hole, and this one will end. Congratulations to Matt Davis and Russell Love, your ACO Adaptive Champions. The Double Dip ice cream tastes good. Congratulations to Cody, Mia, and Nelson Baker for a hard-fought second place here in ACO Adaptive Doubles. I'm Mad Maz. This has been the ACO Adaptive Division here in Spooky Nook at Champions Mill in Hamilton, Ohio. Singles continues your way. Stick with us. The ACO Digital Network rolls on.